Don't forget, if you want a copy of FIFA 20, make sure to like this video, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to enter my ongoing giveaway. And if you want coins, make sure to check out Mule Factory. There is a link in the description. They've got the cheapest coins, and if you use LE5 cheap at checkout, you will get yourself a discount. Oh, what is going on, guys? LE96 and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. In this video, we are back. I'm back from Amsterdam and I thought, you know what, I want to jump on and make a load more YouTube videos. Today is the 1st of September, so that means that all of the FIFA 20 content is now going to be steamrolling into your sub boxes. So if you guys enjoy this video, if you could drop a like on it, that would be absolutely insane. Let's try and go for over 300 likes on this video. I'm going to try and see if we can do that. Let's jump into this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Premier League investing for the FIFA 20 Player of the Month. It's going to be the first player of the month. There's a couple of things that we need to take a look at, and there's going to be a bit of a different style on the videos going forward from now. I don't know if you can tell, but I think the break's done me a lot of good. A lot more chilled after going to Amsterdam. Much more relaxed. But guys, jumping over to the preview screen, we are actually going to be going through and talking about the player of the month, the first player of the month for FIFA 20, and there is an actual ad on FUTBIN from the Sun, so let's just get that absolute shite off my videos. So on FUTBIN right now, you can actually jump on there and go to futbin.com/POTM-contenders, and it will actually give you a full list of people who could potentially be getting themselves a Player of the Month card in FIFA 20. So if we go through all of this, we can actually look through and see all the games played, the goals that they've scored, and the assists that they've scored as well as the overall team performance at the bottom. Now, in my opinion, I actually thought that Pukki was going to be the Player of the Month based on how he was actually performing through the month of August. Now, yesterday, however, Aguero actually went and did a madness, and now he's actually got himself up to 6 goals in 4 games with 1 assist, and he's actually managed to win himself with Man City 3 games and drawn 1. In addition to that as well, there's a whole host of other Manchester City players who are actually featured within the Player of the Month who could actually be going in there. You've got people like De Bruyne, who does actually have himself 1 goal and 5 assists, which isn't as good as goals, for example. However, assists is actually still pretty decent. You also got Pukki as well from Norwich, but I don't think Pukki will actually be getting nominated, mainly because Aguero has just done so much better than him. You've got everybody else in there as well, such as Sterling. You've got Ashley Barnes in there as well. You've got Salah, Tammy Abraham, Vardy. But all of these, in my opinion, I don't think that these are actually going to get in there. I think your best bet is to actually focus on these 4 players right here and keep your investments as rounded as possible. If I had to make a guess though, I think it is definitely going to be Aguero as the first player of the month. Now, with him being the first player of the month, he's going to be ridiculously high in rating. Now, that means that the high range investments, sort of the informs or the high rated gold cards, they're probably going to be your best bets. But I know that at the start of the game, not too many people have loads and loads of coins, so that's sort of why you're coming onto this video and sort of watching investing videos. So what I've actually gone through and done is taken a look at what we did actually get last year for Lucas Moura, and actually managed to come up with a couple of different investments which I think could actually be worth going for. Probably not the best investments in the world, mainly because his rating's going to be so high, so there's not really too much that I can go and say. I don't want to go and say, go and invest in 90 rated informs, waste 1 million coins at the start of the game to get 1,200,000 a couple of weeks down the line. There's just no point. In terms of the release date as well for the Player of the Month, it is probably going to be coming around the start of the web app or middle of the web app, or when the full game is actually released. You can expect it at some point this month though, so make sure that you're invested as early as possible. Try and invest maybe around the sort of early stages of the web app. When we did actually look at my investing video for the web app, we know the best times to actually pick up our cards. So let's just say for this example, it is going to be Aguero that we are actually going to be investing for, because in my opinion, that's who's going to be getting it. In addition to that as well, I'm going to give you a couple of other general investments just in case Aguero doesn't actually make it. For example, Manchester City players covers 3 different players right here. So let's have a look last year what we did actually get for Lucas Moura. So in terms of Lucas Moura, we have to head on over to Futhead and take a look at the challenges that we did actually have for him. We had Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur, Brazil, and Player of the Month. Now, all of these were pretty general, to be honest. I think in the early stages for Player of the Month, it's usually as general as possible. Obviously though, Lucas was an 86 rated right mid card, and he was actually from Brazil, and he probably wasn't the most in-demand card. He's a decent card, don't get me wrong. However, he isn't the best card that could have been released to us. However, with Aguero, I think he's probably going to be around 90, 91 rating. So I think the investments that you're going to have to make are going to have to be pretty top tier, besides a couple of the ones that I've actually already got in this video. So the best thing for you to go and do right now is actually jump over to FUTBIN and jump over to the players tab. Now, a lot of this database right here is going to be a FIFA 19 players tab, so take that with a pinch of salt. Make sure that you're looking at these investments for ideas for investments, rather than going through and saying I'm going to get this guy, this guy, and this guy, because they could be a completely different rating, they could be at a completely different team, anything could happen. So what I want you guys to go through and do is jump over to the nations and go over to Argentina, which you can find in this list right here. Click on Argentina and then set the version to gold. Now what you want to be looking for is actually around the 83 and 84 rated mark on the card rating, because around this rating they're either going to go up and down, but I can't really see if they've got an 84 rated card within FIFA 19 that they're going to be, say, a 76 rated card in FIFA 20. So you're basically looking for all the 83s and 84s as well. So let's just jump over to that page right now. So what I'm actually going to do is jump over to this tab right here with the 3 little stars and go over and change this to 83 and the next one to 84, and then filter that by rating. And as you'll be able to see, all of the Argentina players do actually pop up. You've got people like Alejandro Gomez, got Angel Di Maria in there, got Ever Banega as well. You've got quite a few different cards that you can actually take a look at right here. Obviously the main ones that you want to be focusing on when FIFA 20 does actually drop is going to be Argentinian Premier League players. So any players who fall under that caliber, who are sort of around maybe 83 to 85 rating in FIFA 19, they're going to be your investments in FIFA 20. So you just want to come up here and go over to leagues and then actually set this to the Premier League. Once you've done that, no results are actually going to pop up because there's none who are 83 and 84 ratings. So we do actually need to change this and filter it by rating just by changing this to 80, and then we can put this to 89. Lovely stuff. And as soon as you do actually filter everything, as you'll be able to see right here, Otamendi is going to be someone who you want to be going and having a look at. You've got Lanzini in there, Romero, you've also got Lamela, Rojo as well, and obviously you've got Higuain, but he was actually on loan at Chelsea and has actually gone back right now. So a couple of people who I would recommend to go and pick up: Otamendi, 110%, Lanzini if he's still in the Premier League this time next season, and Lamela as well, because I can imagine that Lamela will actually get himself an increase on his rating. Next up, what I would actually recommend to go through and do is jump over to the Premier League 80 to 89 rated and go for some mid-range Premier League players. Any players who do actually have decent links going into them, I would 110% recommend to go and pick them up. You can go for people like Juan Mata, for example. Say, for example, he's got an 83, 84 rated card and he's still at Manchester United. You could potentially go and pick him up. In addition to that as well, you've got loads of other cards that you could actually choose from. Ratings-wise, I would personally go for around 84 rated. So 84 rated Prem players is a 110% another very, very good investment for you to go for. Next up, what I would also recommend to do is actually go for Manchester City players. Now, way back in FIFA 18 or FIFA 17, I think it was, Raheem Sterling did actually get himself a Player of the Month card. Now, with that Player of the Month card, you needed loads of Manchester City players, and pretty much any Man City player did actually go up in price. They went to around 2, 3, 4k. And again, at these early stages in FIFA, investments like that are going to be so good. So make sure to go and pick up some Man City cards as well. Just go over to the Premier League on FUTBIN, and then you want to go over to clubs. You want to go over here, navigate over to the Premier League, click this once, and go over to Manchester City. Now, the good thing with Manchester City is that they've got so many decent players who are actually gold cards. You've also got to make sure that you are looking at cards who will still be at Manchester City next year. People like John Stones could be a perfect investment. You've also got Mendy in there as well. I think Delph has actually moved over to Everton, likewise with Danilo as well. Bravo, I'm not too sure if he is actually still there, but you've got people who have also come in like Scott Carson, for example, who in my opinion could actually be a pretty decent investment. Some of the silvers did actually go up in price way back when we did actually get that Player of the Month Sterling. However, what I would recommend to do is go for the low rated gold cards, because these have the best chance of going up. You're more than welcome to go through and pick up some Man City cards during the web app in the hopes that they do actually go up in price, but in my opinion a more safe investment would be to go for the gold cards, in my opinion, because if they don't sell on, it's not the biggest problem in the world, because they're a gold card, they're still going to be in demand at the start of FIFA 20. So taking a look at all my investment choices, what I would recommend for you you, it's always going to be around 83 to 84 rated cards in this early stage in FIFA. These are a perfect balance of risk versus reward with these card types. So go for Argentina players around 83, 84 rated. Go for mid-range Prem players, again 83, 84 rated in FIFA 20. And then finally, make sure to go and pick up some Man City players, because with all these investments right here, you're going to be pretty much covering as many bases as possible, and you're not going to be sinking all of your coins so early on. So I hope you guys did actually enjoy this video, but this bet is 6. This has been the FIFA 20 Player of the Month Aguero investing. I hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like on this video, but this bet is 6, and I am off. Goodbye.